think everyone with the pro licence is here, isn't it? It looks that way. I looked at the start list and could not believe the depth here. It's going to be a very, very interesting race. I think, Crowe did touch on it in the press conference. If you look at the guys who performed well here last year, they were very hollow come the end of the season. It's a very, very difficult event, I think. People look at the shorter run and think, okay, but we've got to take into consideration it's March, and to have that kind of depth of endurance at this time of year can be detrimental to the end of your season. So it throws it wide open. You've got guys who are focused on it. You've got guys who are, looking at Ironmans in a few weeks' time. It could be very, very fit, and you've got guys who are moving into some fitness and using this as a building block to their season. So it throws it wide open, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. The guys with the new rulings with the WTC, their new qualification process for Kona, you've really got to look at the guys who have already met that early season Ironman as guys who can specifically focus on this event. I don't know what these guys have been doing, but they were definitely the athletes I was looking at. Your Rasmus Hennings, your Brucks, your Dirk Bockles. Yeah. They've nailed that Ironman in the season. They've met ticket. Now they can look at this event as a stepping stone into the season. I've been training in Sydney with Craig. I know he has an Ironman in May, and he's using this as a real building block, so he could be in very, very good form. Faris is a local boy. He could be strong. But talking to the guys who did it last year, strange things happened out there, and the expectation of the athletes who they thought would do well, they really faltered, and the guys came through. It's a very, very unique distance, and it needs to be treated, very, very carefully. I think people think that short run, we can explode on that bike, and that extra 20k is tough. So, I'm looking at those athletes who have those focuses, and those athletes who have met their WTC commitments as being guys to look at.
Yeah. There's talk that it could be pretty hot. Obviously, we know it's going to be hot, but it could be particularly hot and also potentially windy, which was the one thing that wasn't here last year, which probably meant that it was such a fast bike course that nobody really got away to any significant degree. For your point of view, would you like it to be windy and as hard as possible, or what would your preference be that would best fit Macca's chances of winning?
My chances of winning this, I'd like to keep it together. I made a decision a few weeks ago to start focusing on some short course races for 2011, and that really opened up or hollowed out my endurance-based work that I was doing for my Cairns Ironman and Cairns Challenge race. And so I'd like it to be pretty soft, to be honest, and keep that group as close together as possible, and hopefully back a bit of my speed on that run. But for 200k, I've never done that. I've done it in training, some longer rides with a half-hour run off the bike. But I'd like to dispel some of those quicker runners. I think my bike strength being a strength, even if it's down a bit, it's definitely something I can use. But in a perfect world, if we can get last year's conditions, I'd be pretty happy with that. The fact that they've been brave enough to put on a unique distance is also testament to their courage as an events organisation putting on races like this. In multi-sport racing, you're looking for events that are different, and this presents a unique challenge in March. It's a distance that brings the 70.3 guys and the Ironman guys together, and it's a unique mix. I think it's perfect for the sport, and in a couple of more years' time, this could be one of the primary races on the planet. They've got the potential to grow this to 10,000 starters, and I think that's their goal and ambition. We know they've got the money behind behind an event like this, so it's. I think it's cool. I really, really do, and I think time gives an event the respect it needs, and you've seen the growth just between last year and this year, and I expect that to be exponential. I think multi-sport as a sport globally is exploding, and events like this can only grow, can only head in one direction.